This paper presents a novel approach for automatically recomposing photographs and generating notably more aesthetic results. Humans have always sought to achieve aesthetics in art. Skilled artists are able to produce aesthetically pleasing works of art that garner the appreciation of the masses. A beautiful photo taken by an expert photographer can evoke an emotional response from the viewer that can transcend mere visual appreciation. Some well-studied composition guidelines are revealed in more aesthetic photos, including rule of thirds, diagonals, and visual balance. However, the average amateur photographer generally does not have the skill or expertise to produce such high-quality photos. Our approach aims to find the most harmonious way of arranging objects in digital photos and automate the process of aesthetic image adjustment for everyday photographers. Given an input photo, it is segmented into different patches. The salient regions and prominent lines are detected by the conventional algorithm. Our method employs a compound crop and retargeting operator as means to modify the image. It non-homogeneously retargets a cropped frame of the image into different target frames. Then, the results are remapped homogeneously to the original frames. This operator is performed to every cropping frame of the original image. Then, the best recomposed photo is searched in a low-dimensional parameter space through a computational model of image aesthetics. The aesthetic score model for images considers a limited set of well-defined composition guidelines. The score of rule of thirds measures the minimal distance from the salient subject center to the 4 power points, as well as the minimal distance between the prominent line and the third lines. The score of diagonal dominance measures the distance between the diagonal prominent line and the near diagonal of the image frame. The score of visual balance measures the distance from the visual mass of all subjects to the center of the image frame. Considering this simple image, there are infinitely many cropping frames that will have the same aesthetic scores if the salient object is placed on the power point of these frames. After studying the sizes of the salient regions in a database of more than 200 professional images, we find the histogram of the size ratios has 3 dominant peaks that correspond to small regions, medium-sized regions, and large regions. The score of region size ratio encourages regions that adhere to this distribution. We use the score of size ratio to ensure that the object is placed at a scale which is visually appealing. Here we show that the searching process finds the best aesthetic image in a given image. The upper right window shows the most aesthetic targeting result for the current cropping frame. The lower right curves show the aesthetic score and its components along the searching path. Here we show examples of aesthetic composition. Our aesthetic composition is much different from the image cropping. In this example, the relative distances among the objects are modified by our method. In this example, much of the cloud in the sky is contained in the aesthetic result. The crop and retarget operator typically results in a zoom-in effect. Here are more examples. For some images, however, the most aesthetic results would have been obtained by capturing a larger, zoomed-out frame. This is an aesthetic photo taken by a professional photographer. We extend its content by means of texture synthesis. We then apply our method to the photo. The resulting recomposed photograph is similar to the original photograph. Here are more examples. The user can also specify the size and aspect ratio of the output frame. Here is an example. Thank you for your attention.